Alright, looks like I am live here on a Thursday morning. I haven't gone live during the morning, maybe ever. So, top of the morning to everybody. Thanks for tuning in, or if you're watching later on, thanks for watching, and thanks for being here. And I'm basically here, first of all, to talk about a new episode that came out today featuring Chris Wilson. And it was a real fun conversation. He's the founder of the Academy of Music and Art, Inc. I believe that is located in the Chicago area. And Chris Wilson is a real interesting guy. His life has been dedicated to music. He studied at the Berklee College of Music, pretty prestigious institution, and he was a really great guy to talk to. And obviously, I have a lot of interest in music. I collect vinyl. I'm always thinking about music and listening to music. The only thing I can't really do too well is actually play music. I mean, I did create, I guess I should put up the quotes, I created my theme music using samples from iTunes. So I guess that takes some ability. I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole here. But nonetheless, we both have a real strong passion for music, and it was great to talk with somebody like-minded in that way, and it was a real fun conversation. This is somebody who actually just kind of reached out to me and said, hey, I'd like to be on your show, and within a few days we had everything arranged and had him on my show, and it was great. It was a good time. It was a great conversation and really educational as far as transitioning from such a niche career path and turning it into business. And I really found his story, I feel like I say this all the time, but I found his story to be very inspiring. And I think it shows that you can take a really niche interest and turn it into like a lifelong passion. For example, I've been working in television production for, oh god, how many years now? Excuse me, it's been about 17 years, and basically I have taken a lot of that knowledge that I've gotten from being in that field, from having that background, that foundation, and I've been trying to use it for my podcast and for hopefully more things to come. And I mean, it's taking me in places that I didn't realize I could go. So you just never know when something you're interested or passionate about is going to take you in another direction. I guess kind of help you to find where you need to be in life. And I think Chris is a really good example of that. And I'm really looking forward to this episode out and out for quite a few months. I think we recorded it back in like February or something crazy like that, and it was now finally out. So really happy to have that episode out, and also I have been pretty busy. Wasn't able to hop on and do a lot of lives last week, but had a great episode with Benjamin Trencher of Starlight Mentoring. He is a life mentor, and he too was a great episode, great conversation. Lots of laughs in there, but also a lot of talk about our path. It was interesting to talk to somebody who had kind of a similar path as far as, I mean, I'll be honest, I've had so many jobs in my life as a whole, not just my professional career, but my life in general. I can't even like count at this point how many jobs I've had, how many different fields and things that I've tried in my life, and I feel like me and Benjamin had that in common, and it made for a great discussion, and I really enjoyed going down that rabbit hole with him and talking about, the power and effect of having experienced all those things and doing all those different types of jobs. And I think it just goes to show that two people from completely different backgrounds. I mean, he was homeschooled, he has like a Mormon background, which I have neither. Those are not my backgrounds. So that's really what this show is all about. I just love getting people from all these different walks of life and all these different backgrounds onto the show and have conversations and just find that common ground. Like there's just so much, we're so much alike in so many ways. We're different in a lot of ways, but we're also very much the same. And I love having that revelation every single time that I do an episode. And I definitely felt that when I talked to Benjamin, and really not only appreciated him sharing his life and his story, but also just learning and having that light bulb go off that this is yet another person that I just share that bond with and share that commonality. And it's, I say this all the time, but it's just one of the many reasons I love doing Mark My Words. And really just it fuels me, it energizes me, and it keeps me wanting more and wanting to do the show more and more. And that's what it's all about for me, and hopefully for you as well. And I will say that recently I've done two recording sessions recently for episodes. So Sheila Ramuda, hopefully I said her name right, and Torin Minuetto, and I'm pretty sure I'm not saying Torin's name right. Apologize if he ever watches this. But Torin and Sheila, two episodes I've just recorded this week that really not so much was it about the journey or even the destination. It was more about what their life and their mission and their passion is all about. Really, really great messages from them to, I mean, just to kind of get people to be more self aware of their own actions and how their own actions and thoughts might be holding them back or affecting their lives. And these are two episodes I absolutely cannot wait to get out. It's going to be a few months, but boy, were those really great conversations and really just reminded me of why I do this. I mean, they both specialize in things that, and I shouldn't just say things, but topics that I find that I think about a lot on my own time and reflect on and really have a lot of passion for. And it was great to talk to these individuals who have so much passion for the same type of topics. So it was really great. Like, just, I can't wait for those episodes to come out. Unfortunately, it will be a while, but fortunately for you, there is a huge queue. I'm losing count of how many episodes I have coming up, like in the queue. Certainly into 2023, I have loads of episodes coming and just can't wait to share it all. Um, so I have I had Benjamin Fincher of Starlight Mentoring last week. I'm gonna post a video clip at some point. I've been busy. I just haven't gotten around to it, so I want to post that. I will post a video at some point of this week's episode with Chris Wilson, which is a great episode. Really enjoyed meeting with him. And then next week, I have Phil Better coming up, who I think he found me, and he is a podcast host. He's been doing really, really well for himself, and he and I shared a lot of common ground as far as our path and maybe some of our struggles with trying to find ourselves. And he had a lot of really great things to say just about finding inner peace and taking time for yourself, taking time for like your mental health and physical health and the benefits that that has. So he was really great to talk to in that regard. And if and when I do a video coming up, hopefully I do, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that episode. And it was really great to hear about his journey and how he like healed himself and really just brought more awareness to taking care of his own like inner peace and world, and his story about how he transitioned from the corporate world to entrepreneurship is a fantastic story. I kind of just kicked back and let him tell the story. So that's coming next week. I have fantastic Lorraine McGuire after that. And then Vinny Vineyard, who is Big and Funky Productions. And that, I know I say often that we had a lot of fun and a lot of laughs. The conversation I had with Amber Shultz and Vinny Vineyard, truly offbeat and fun and a terrific conversation. I will say that when we first get into the episode, you may be like, boy, this is a little like, left of center. But please stick with him because he is extremely wise and he has a lot of wisdom and he is well, really, him and Amber both were really great episode, and that's coming up in a few weeks. You'll learn a lot about running your own video production company, and you'll learn a lot about individuality and life. Just being your own person and taking ownership of that. And I thought he was really great with that topic. And as I go week by week, I'm getting closer and closer to the point where you're going to see a little bit of a different backdrop because that's going to mark when I move to Florida. And that is when guests like Dave Combs, who was amazing, uh, lots of other great folks, some of the folks I just mentioned that I talked to this week. Every week I talk about Joan, John and Mark Cronin, who are the owners of John's Crazy Thoughts. And again, I know that this episode is months away from debuting, but go check out John's Crazy Thoughts and give them a follow. They're on Instagram. I'm pretty sure they are elsewhere on social media, but I love those guys. They are incredible, very inspiring, and John especially is a very, very inspiring dude, and I loved meeting him, and I love following his story, and just truly inspired by this person born with Down syndrome and just powering through and conquering life, and just very smart dude, and just really doing a lot to empower himself. Him and his dad are an awesome team together, and just the idea of hiring people with differing abilities and turning something like that into such a positive and such a great message. And I know I talk about it every time I go live, but I cannot wait for that episode to come out. That was a really great episode, really inspiring, and I loved it. I loved meeting them and hearing their story, and it was great. And not totally sure when that episode is coming. I think definitely more towards the end of the year, maybe early next year. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I got a lot of great stuff coming along, and I still, as Carson, hey Carson, how you doing? So Carson, it was a German exchange student at my high school, and I met him during my senior year, and I always said that I would come to Germany someday and visit, and hopefully I still get to do that someday. Thank you, Carson, for tuning in, and I know you're following my journey. Thank you so much, and you are truly a great friend to me. So just wanted to say that while I was on here. And yeah, thanks for joining. Let's see, he's sitting at work, seeing me online, so I had to check in. I appreciate that, Carson. I mean, you could be doing a lot of other things, but you chose to tune in. So thanks a lot. And again, I think of you often, and you are a great friend to me, and I reflect on our times in senior year often. So just want to send that message out to you, Carson, and thanks for hanging out and tuning in as I yammer on about what I'm up to. And speaking, yes, no, I'm glad we met too, man. Believe me, I I feel sad that I haven't seen you in so long. So maybe someday that will happen. So um, let me get back to what I was saying. um, so I am live on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, and I feel like I keep looking down at my phone. I gotta figure out a better system. I do have this up on this screen, and yeah. So coming up, I have solo episodes, and Carson is leaving. See you, Carson. Good seeing you. Um, yeah, I have solo episodes of Mark My Words coming out at some point. I keep promising this. I recorded a few, hoping to record a few more. I have some good ideas and trying to get more content out there beyond just going live and putting out podcasts, and which is still a lot, but the solo episodes, they are coming, and I'm looking forward to getting those out in the near future. Hopefully, really, really soon. Hoping to find a little bit of a window to actually put the finishing touches on a few and put those out. Um, I think without me really just droning on for another 10 minutes, I'm going to call it at that. This is basically just a PSA to say go check out new episodes of Mark My Words. New season has been out for over a month, and I have new episode with Chris Wilson, founder of the Academy of Music and Art, that's out today. And I also have Feel Better coming up next week. I have Benjamin Fincher from last week of Starlight Mentoring. I'm losing my train of thought, so that can only mean one thing. It is time for me to go. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and thank you in advance for watching if and when you watch later. So, happy Thursday. Enjoy your day. I'm going to do some of my day job. I'm going to do a little top golf. And then who knows what else the day will bring. So thanks a lot and bye for now.